Angeles, where the school district is talking there. You probably do know that they've shut down streets and asked crowds to leave following this weekend's protest due to ICE and the Trump administration deploying 300 National Guard troops out there. So let's listen in here live on Live Impact News on WCNC+.
Perimeters of safety around graduation sites to intervene and interfere with any federal agency who may want to take action during these joyous times that we call graduation. Not on our watch. As I said earlier, every child has a constitutional right to a public education. Therefore, every child and their parent has a right to celebrate the culmination of their educational success. With that said, we ought to be careful and take the necessary steps. We are encouraging every parent in our community, particularly parents with fragile immigration status, to update in person at school, online via the parent portal, update the emergency contact information. If you cannot yourself go to your child's school in case of an emergency, to get your child or to drop off your child, empower someone who can. In addition to that, we are here with you 24/7. Our family hotline is active 24/7. It is 213-443-1300. If you have a question, a concern, a fear, please reach out to us. We have the appropriate resources to support you. We can direct your concern to free legal support to address your issues. We're here to help. We recognize that in light of what's taken place, our youth, particularly our high school students, need to demonstrate their position. And let me talk about that for a second. They are members of our community. They know what's happening. They're listening to the dinner table conversations between their parents. And some have expressed to me what those conversations are like. They've told me that mom and dad are talking about who shall leave, who shall stay, whether or not they themselves as students will be under the protective care of a neighbor, because maybe both parents have to leave. Who would get that student if the parent is apprehended at the restaurant where they work, at the lumber yard where they labor? No child, regardless of age, should have to experience or listen to that type of commentary. With that said, we're asking parents to speak with students. There is a possibility of student walkouts. We have heard of it. To the extent possible, considering the consequences and dangers beyond our schools, to the extent possible, please stay in school. Parents, help us. We will provide safe space and time for students to voice their position and their opinion within the safe confines of our schools. We can no longer predict what will happen outside of our schools. The recent images on TV tell us that. We have mental health resources available to our students, to our parents, and certainly to our workforce. I want to speak directly to the workforce. We often address the students and the parents. Our teachers, our counselors, our support staff are hurting over what they see and what they hear from the children we serve. Their mental health crisis is comparable to the one our children face. Therefore, we have Family Wellness Resource Line open. We also have an employee assistance service for education employees. That means all employees, also open 24/7 support for everyone in our school system. Easy number, 1-800-882-1341. If you feel you need assistance, please call. We have established restorative circles to support students in school. Tomorrow is the last day of school in our grade school system, but soon enough we'll be in summer school. June 17th through July 16th, we will operate Summer of Joy, summer opportunities for all students. I don't want the current pervasive fear to deter parents and students from doing the right thing for their kids. With that said, we are going to amplify the number of schools providing summer school services to reduce the travel time for families on our dime. We will provide convenient transportation, but also as a protective measure for our students, so that parents and kids can avoid what could be a difficult walk to school considering the imminent dangers. We will also open up virtual opportunities for students who may have extreme fear regarding attendance at their neighborhood school. I want to speak a little bit about the graduation and culmination ceremonies. What happened over this weekend could not have happened at a worse time. The lion's share of our graduations are happening today and tomorrow. In fact, over 100 graduation ceremonies between today and tomorrow. We will protect every parent, every child, every workforce member. We've instructed our principals to not create lines, to not restrict access. As soon as they come, they will enter the venues where the graduations are taking place, reducing the risk for them while on the street waiting to get in. We also have authorized the principals to allow parents to remain at the venue for as long as it takes, should there be any immigration enforcement action around the area where the graduations are taking place. And as I said earlier, we have deployed operations personnel and our school board police to establish perimeters of safety around graduation sites and schools where federal actions are being detected. Where possible, we have stood up Zoom opportunities for parents to be able to witness the culmination of their children online. And lastly, we want to ensure that after the ceremony, the protective pathway for parents is also maintained safe. And that is why our school board police will remain on site for as long as necessary. Lastly, I want to speak once again about our summer school program. Last year, every grade level, every subject area saw significant improvements in terms of performance. This is not public yet, but I'm going to make a prediction today that the improvements of last year will be obliterated by the performance of this year, notwithstanding the fires, the shutdown, and the immigration woes and fears experienced by our community. That's because what we're doing works. The commitment of our teachers, our support staff, our principals, our parents, it's working. And part of that solution resides with the experience of summer school. The current fears could not undermine our summer school program, during which time kids receive academic acceleration, support, enrichment, but also food, nutrition. We cannot deprive our kids of their absolute rights to education and food. Therefore, we will go forward with a month-long summer school program with all of the protective measures I described up until this point. I spoke with Mayor Bass late last night, and we are, and I will not get into the specifics, coordinating support systems and protection for our kids, including expanded transportation. I have communicated with the governor about what must be done to continue to protect our schools and necessary waivers should we see significant impacts to attendance going into summer school or next year. And we have extreme support from both local, state, as well as our congressional delegation, who have declared in a very aggressive way their support for Los Angeles Unified. So with that said, and before I go into Spanish, let me introduce and bring up our president of the school board, Mr. Scott Schmerlson.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, and good morning, everyone. That was a very comprehensive report, Superintendent. Thank you so much. I feel assured that our kids are going to be safe. So, you know, this is graduation time. This is supposed to be the happiest time for our kids and their parents. And it's a very sad time. But we have to remember, too, our kids have accomplished a lot. They are graduating, and I try to keep a positive attitude that this is graduation time, and hooray for the kids. I really appreciate that. Well, first and foremost, we stand with every student who comes to our schools, every single student. We're charged with protecting them and preparing them to become what they can be, all they can be. This week, we will continue to celebrate the hard work and the achievements of our students. We will stand for those who are there and those who aren't there. We will stand for all of our graduates. And as we stand for our students, for their right for an education, we also stand for the right for their dreams. And we will stand with the families. Todos somos familia. Let's always remember that. We'll also stand with our labor partners, standing for students with their families. And let's remember, as we stand, we call for this attack on our communities to come to an end. We all stand on borrowed land. And in each board meeting, we have a reminder that this is borrowed land. So let's honor the dreams of our ancestors and call for this madness to come to an end. Thank you.
As I bring up our Vice President, Dr. Rocio Rivas, I want to announce also as we lead into the summer session, which again begins June 17th, we are aggressively exploring through partnerships, expansion of supervision sites within our school district for families in need. We will provide additional information regarding that matter. During that time period, regardless of the fact that we're going to go into the summer break until summer school begins, we will continue to provide free mental health support for all of our children. Simply call the hotline for parents and information will be provided. Dr. Rivas.
Good morning. I am Dr. Rivas, Vice President of the LAUSD Board of Education and proud representative of Board District 2. I'm here to speak out against the wave of deeply troubling militarized immigration enforcement actions taking place near our schools. Actions that are unjust, destabilizing, and simply unacceptable, and deeply harmful to the students and families we serve. In the past few days, escalated ICE-related activity has been reported in Boyle Heights, MacArthur Park, Lincoln Heights, Pico Union, Cypress Park, just to name a few. These are communities of resilience and hope, places where generations have worked hard to build a better life. And yet our families are now forced to live in fear, looking over their shoulders on the way to school or their child's graduation. This is just simply wrong. It is also very, very cruel. Graduation season is sacred. It is a time of celebration, not intimidation. It's a time for honoring student achievement, not inflicting fear. Sending ICE into our communities during this moment is a deliberate act of fear-mongering. It sends a chilling message to students in caps and gowns that their joy is conditional, that their families don't belong. We say absolutely not. I am actively working with the superintendent, Carvalho, our legal team, elected officials, and immigrant rights advocates to provide support and aid, in addition to demand answers and prevent future harm. Let me be crystal clear. ICE has no place near our schools. We will not allow our schools to be zones of fear. LAUSD remains steadfast. Our schools are safe, welcoming places for every child, regardless of immigration status. We urge families to stay informed, know your rights, visit the Districts We Are One website for multilingual resources, make a family preparedness plan. That is so essential. And remember the LAUSD Family Hotline, 213-443-1300 for assistance. We are here for you. You are not alone. So let's be clear. Once again, ICE has no place near our schools. This isn't routine enforcement. It is intimidation. It violates our sanctuary policies, our values, and the basic principles of due process and dignity. To our students, you belong here. To our families, we stand with you. We will not be silent. We will not stand idly by. We will speak out, organize, and protect each other. Because every child deserves to walk across that stage in peace. And to our communities, peaceful protest is our right. It is how we defend our civil liberties, but we must be safe, we must be strategic, and we must stand united with community and civic leaders. We cannot give the federal government any further excuse to militarize or criminalize our neighborhoods. We are fighting with fear, but we will fight it with dignity, not division. This is not just about policy, it is about people. It's about a right of a student, every student, to celebrate without fear. The right of a family to be present with pride. These are our values, and they are not negotiable. Ahora en español. Buenos días, soy la doctora Rocío Rivas, vicepresidente de la Junta Escolar de LUSD y orgullosa representante del Distrito 2. Estoy aquí para denunciar una serie de operativos inmigración militarizados profundamente preocupantes.
All right, it looks like Los Angeles Unified School District now talking in Spanish, explaining their press release, their press conference, I should say, today out there in LA following very physical ICE presentations, demonstrations over the weekend, and her message clear there that they would not like to have any ICE or federal agent presence around their schools as they are graduating this weekend. It is graduation season, and they would like their students to continue attending classes. The superintendent, Alberto Carvalho, also speaking, and he will also be speaking in Spanish following the Board of Education. So